Yo, this is Haas Funk, the Trunk Master, with the second edition of Deep Cutz, where I present a dope, non-single track from a hip-hop album that's otherwise known for its banging singles. Let's go! Now today, I'm gonna get right into it. If you don't know about my hip-hop history, then check out the first Deep Cutz video. Today's Deep Cut comes from none other than the Lost Boyz debut album, Legal Drug Money. Now this group wasn't on my radar at all, and seemed to come out of nowhere. The first song I heard was probably Lifestyles of the Rich and Shameless, which I wasn't really into at the time, but they seemed to be getting a lot of airplay and had a big buzz going. The next singles though really propelled them to stardom, starting with Jeeps, Lex Coupes, Beamers and Benz, which a lot of rap heads at school were into, and then the ghetto love song, Renee, which made Lost Boyz popular with the ladies, and showcased lead rapper Mr. Cheek's storytelling ability. What really turned me on to the Lost Boyz, though, was the song The Urine, which was featured on the America is Dying Slowly compilation, and featured a verse from Pete Rock, who also produced the track. Now, The Urine on the Lost Boyz album does not have the Pete Rock verse, though, but nevertheless, I was open to checking out the rest of their album when I had the chance. Now, since I didn't buy every album that came out at the time, I ended up trading tapes with a friend so I could listen to and dub the album Legal Drug Money. To my surprise, I actually really liked the album and eventually bought the CD, which I have here now. Now, I feel like the Lost Boyz hit the lottery with this album, as it was a perfect midpoint between commercial rap and underground hip-hop. It had some dope, catchy beats, some of them hard, some of them a little more radio-friendly, and the pairing of Mr. Cheeks and Freaky Ta was just as likable and even reminiscent of Be Real and Sen Dog of Cypress Hill, or even Tretch and Vinrock of Naughty by Nature. I feel like Mr. Cheeks' gritty tales of ghetto life and crime were more palatable to a wider audience than some of the more hardcore rap acts at the time. Now this album had no less than 5 singles, a full third of the album, but that is not the focus of this episode. The song I want to highlight here, my deep cut pick for this episode, is called Straight from the Ghetto. Now this track has this butter smooth beat with jazzy horns and equally smooth hook provided by the producer Big Dex, who produced many tracks on the album, while Mr. Cheeks flows effortlessly over the track, painting a grim picture of life in the ghetto. My ears tend to perk up whenever I hear an MC say something about the government doing bad shit, which he says in a line in the first verse, so he gets points from me for that. He doesn't elaborate, but he's got a few more lines I like. For example, when he says he just got back from a visit in hell, speaking to a demon about foul things. Not that I like those things, but it's the imagination and the storytelling that appeal to me. There's even a salute to Public Enemy when he says 911 is a joke. Since I was a huge PE fan when I first got into hip-hop, again, that line appealed to me. So that's about it, man. Such a dope track. Very accessible and enjoyable for a wide range of people. Give it a listen if you ignored it or skipped it in the past. The link is in the description. So shout out to the Lost Boyz, Mr. Cheeks. Rest in peace, Freaky Ta. And thank you for making timeless music that I can enjoy decades later. Now if you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. Please subscribe and look out for another episode of Deep Cutz. And maintain yourself. Peace.